Someone has to give me my trophy.
I'll do the music. All right. I'm Spencer.
Can I do
I'm
it?
Rosie.
Can I
Oh,
do it?
no. Oh, sorry.
I'm Sean.
Hold on.
What?
I want to do it. I'm here. I'm here, guys.
Hey guys, this is the Edge Network. Thanks for watching. This is podcast episode 60.
I'm Eric, and I'm back after a 3 to 4 week hiatus.
There's other people here too.
No, there isn't.
Who else is here?
Nobody
Eric.
else is here.
I'm other Eric.
I'm Eric.
It's all Eric's today.
I'm Eric.
Eric cubed. No, not cubed. It's more than cubed. We have your kid, your boy, your unknown child,
Identify as a female.
Did you identify as an Eric?
Did you just assume it's gender?
J.D. Etta.
Yeah, you just assume it's
Jadetta.
Jadetta. Hey guys, it's Jadetta.
Sean,
Hi.
Rosie,
Yo.
Spencer.
Yo!
Oh, someone's excited to be here. Like I am, because in this episode we have fun stuff to talk about. Some Pokemon Go Plus, some delays, along with some
delayed.
cuts, some budget cuts, leaving some people unemployed. Not fantastic.
Everything's
And we also have a very exciting thing, and I'm gonna jump in here and what I've been playing, and the only thing I've been playing is Pokemon Go. I did purchase Pokemon Go Plus. We'll be posting stuff about that soon here.
Your regular Ash Ketchum.
Yeah. And we're going to start this off by something I have worked very hard for the last week. And that is... Sorry, I was not prepared for this. We're going to be evolving
Oh, shit.
Magikarp into Gyarados. Shit, that was the wrong one.
Gyarados?
That was the wrong one.
Into Gyarados.
Oh,
To Euro.
you're evolving the wrong Pokemon?
Oh, you fucked up now.
I hope I didn't.
Podcast over.
You done fucked up now.
That was 2 weeks worth of work.
Did you fuck up?
I don't know yet. I gotta see a CP. 2082 Dragon Pulse Bite.
Gyarados?
Nope, this is the right one. This
Okay.
is the right one. Oh god.
say.
What is this,
Okay.
your first time playing Pokemon Go?
Yeah, first time. So along with that, I won't bore everyone else with the other ones, but I also did get 3 different. It's Colossal Gyarados too. I also did get 3
So
more
you might
entries to my
Colossal
Pokedex
Ooh, wee.
Their penis.
that
that what you bet?
brought my count
Shit.
to needing 9 more, and I am done with American Pokemon Go. Then I must travel overseas.
Or you just hatch
The itch
from
goes
eggs.
overseas.
I haven't seen any from eggs. I hatch eggs like a motherfucker.
Or you can just cheat and just
Yeah.
GPS.
I ain't no
Spoof your
cheat.
GPS.
Spoof it.
That's what everyone
Uh,
else does.
Wait, so I've hatched. Scroll down. 359 eggs,
Good lord.
and I have not seen Farfetch'd or Mr. Mime or Kangaskhan.
Just go to Japan and then
I think
France.
that's good.
I think your story's
Australia.
far-fetched.
I think someone, before I stopped playing because I was too angry at the game, someone told me that they had caught a Mr. Mime from an egg.
I have heard that, and I'm hoping it's true.
Yeah, I called them a
But-
filthy liar and spit in their face when they told me that, so
It's the right thing to do.
I think they're
So
lying.
I'm kind of a little disappointed right now because there was no trophy that I could achieve for evolving my Gyarados. I'd really like to be like, ping, trophy.
Oh. Well, we here at the Itch spent $0 making sure that we could get you said trophy. I was so out of it and distracted.
Yeah.
By the excitement of my Gyarados.
By order of the Queen.
Look at that beautiful Gyarados. Yeah.
It's Gyaratastic.
It's the rare red one, right? From
Yeah.
Pokemon Gold?
Long live Team Mystic.
So I was kind of joking around with you guys.
Why does it have wings?
Because it's the X version. It's the Mega Evolution.
Oh,
Gyarados.
oh, okay, so it's from X and Y.
Yeah.
It's got like tentacles and wings.
Yeah. I thought it had a silver penis for a little while, too.
Well, it doesn't need a silver penis with its long tentacles. You know? Have you ever
very
seen
true.
have you ever seen one of my Japanese hentais?
It's like one of those hentai monsters.
But yeah, so the Harvest Moon actually, I made a joke in the text about I need to evolve him during the Harvest Moon or whatever to make him a red Gyarados. It's actually this weekend.
Oh,
The Harvest Moon is this weekend.
Do you think if you evolve a Gyarados during the Harvest Moon, it'll actually do that?
It didn't do it right now. Well, it's not actually nighttime.
Like maybe if your phone is closer to the moon, though.
oh.
yeah. Maybe you should get a spaceship.
Oh, do you guys remember the
All right,
little,
let's not be ridiculous.
Remember
I'm
those,
just telling
like,
you, point
rockets?
his phone to the moon.
You remember those rockets that you could buy, like the C4 rockets that you could...
C4.
Not C4, they were like...
Just get a
Yeah, I remember like there's a rocket with like you could buy a kit and it would have like some sort of combustible element
Yes.
inside of it.
Yeah.
And you would light it. I think it was just like probably black powder. And then it would fucking take off and you had to go find it. And your dad would yell at you and then you'd leave.
my dad and I, we got an X-Wing one. X-Fighter.
Mhm.
I'm wondering if I can find that and launch my phone towards the moon
Sure.
and try and evolve Gyarados at the same time.
Launch your phone up 200 feet and it's gonna fall on someone and kill them. Kill a child.
Well, maybe with the blood, he'll turn into a red Gyarados.
I mean that's the thing. I just threw this one day, like at my bed, hit Amanda in the leg, gave her a bruise for like 2 weeks.
That's the story.
Yeah.
That's what we're going with.
Drunk
All right.
beatdown, wasn't it? Wasn't drunk beatdown.
No?
So, other than...
It was iPhone 6. 6 Plus is a deadly weapon. This thing's heavy as fuck. You just frisbee that at somebody?
So apart from Pokemon Go Plus, I played like an hour of the new Destiny patch, the pre-expansion patch that came out.
Okay.
Played about an hour of that, but then felt like I needed to get off my ass and go do something. So I went and caught more Pokemon. JD, what have you been playing this week? Overwatch.
Bloodborne, because we're doing the Bloodborne.
Yeah, we're doing Why We Love Bloodborne stream. We've
Oh.
beaten Chrono Trigger.
Beating Chrono Trigger.
Now.
It's on a Bloodborne.
Now we're bleeding.
Being
Made men by
birthed
the
from
blood.
blood.
Yeah,
man.
Bloodbirth.
Got a few of the old blood.
Yep.
I know I played something else, but it's not coming to me. Oh, Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Oh yes, right.
So
On
Matt
Xbox
bought
360.
those, and then also Civil War came out, and he was like, "Let's just Marvel it up, man." So we did that.
What are you playing it on?
PS4.
Okay.
But yeah, we're just running through. It's kind of fun, trip down memory lane, all that stuff. It's neat stuff. He's just glaring at you. That's probably it. Shall we play?
Oh, I've been playing games.
All the games.
No, I
None
haven't.
of the video time though.
No, I've
Just been playing Tinder.
Still playing. Yeah, I play Tinder. That's been great. That's been super not
Basically the
depressing.
same thing as this. You swipe up instead of right.
Gotta catch him up.
Lots of Pokemon, but they're very difficult to catch on Tinder. It's extremely difficult.
A lot of Snorlaxes.
There's so many
A
good,
lot of drowsies.
so many good Pokemon on Tinder, and they're great, but they're just so fucking hard to catch. Anyway, I don't know. I've been
You
playing.
need to use some Ultra Balls.
I have the ultraless balls.
You know who had really good Ultra Balls? Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby?
Yeah, you did.
Did he?
Yep.
I'm gonna get some Pokemon.
Won't be the very best.
I actually started. I played Minecraft recently. That was interesting. SSB4 a lot. That's pretty much it. I mean, Civ, I guess. Mostly boring bullshit that no one wants to play.
People like those games.
No one likes
Ooh,
those games.
Wigglytuff.
I'm the only one that likes
Right?
those games.
No one likes Minecraft.
Right.
Yeah, I can't think of one person in the world that would like Minecraft.
What about a Dragon Quest VII Minecraft or Dragon Quest Minecraft? Do we like that?
Dragoncraft.
Dragoncraft?
Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest Builders
Crap
hasn't come out
Builder?
yet in America. It comes out next month. Can't remember the exact.
Is that one of the delays?
No, that's not one of the delays.
Oh,
That's just typical Japanese.
I looked for the bouncer at my parents' house,
Mhm.
and I couldn't find anything. And I found my PlayStation 2. It's got my memory card in it, but I have no cables or controllers.
I have those.
Are you trying to like?
Okay.
flex right
Mm-hmm.
now?
So, yeah.
I have no games for it. I can't
Oh.
find shit. Yeah, my mom, like, when I moved out a million years ago, my mom destroyed all my shit, so that's good.
That's good. It's good.
She's like, literally just started wrecking.
So, Rosie, what are you playing?
I've been playing World of Warcraft Legion. A lot of that.
Gross.
About that.
Have you been playing?
I paid for the sub.
I
You
know,
don't even
you
you
have
don't
not
even
been
need
playing.
that in your life. Don't worry about it.
We just pulled Eric out of a bush, by the way. He's been there for God knows 4 months.
Started playing Dragon Quest 7. Played a little bit of Overwatch, not too much.
Where are you playing Dragon Quest 7 on?
The
3DS.
I hate the fucking 3DS. I'm so
Why?
sick of this shit.
You're a fool.
I'm so
Why?
fucking tired of this.
It's the best console out.
Why wouldn't they release it for like, the PS4 marketplace so I can actually play it like a fucking adult instead of hovering over a tiny handheld console made for teenagers?
I love the 3DS. I think you're crazy.
I actually like it too. 'cause
Sick of
I
this shit.
I'm literally having it right here.
So many good.
This is the best part about it is I have the game. Listen to that.
Listen to that music. Copyright.
Yeah.
There's so many good games out for this piece of shit.
Less than 10 seconds. Can't get us.
I would love it if I could project it to the TV somehow.
Right. That's
Yes.
the only thing that sucks.
Like if I could do that,
All
I
of
would.
it sucks.
I would actually play my 2DS a lot more.
Almost like a Wii U, which has a tablet in which you can probably just switch from screen to screen.
Whoa.
Can you?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Like going to your.
Sorry, you got me excited. I was like,
No.
I would fucking buy a Wii U. I'd actually play the games on my 2DS if I could. 'Cause I just don't like,
Right.
even though I'm playing Pokemon Go on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
I don't like.
It's not like I gotta bring a TV with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like having like the handheld part of it, to where it's like I'm sitting at home, playing on the couch or whatever. Like I would much rather be laying on the couch playing PS4 or something on the big TVs, and I'm not like looking down at my stomach as I'm playing, reminding me how fat I am as I'm sitting there.
I will say this: there's nothing better than playing Dragon Quest 7 before going to bed.
Why?
Because you're already in bed.
You're already in bed, laying down, about to go to sleep. You're just like, I'm just gonna do some things, and all of a sudden you play it, and then you're getting sleepy. So I'm gonna just shut this off in sleep mode.
He's such like a little baby.
Yeah.
My
Crazy.
Your
2DS.
phone.
Yeah.
Huh?
What's so crazy about that? I can do it with my phone.
But that's what we're saying is you could playing video games like that. It's awesome.
You consider playing a
Dumb.
mobile
It's
game?
fucking dumb.
No, I'm not talking about a game. I'm just saying you can
Sick
do
of
it with
shit.
your phone.
But what he's saying is it's cool when you
No,
can play like
it's
a
dumb.
real
It's
game.
dumb.
It's
It's
not.
dumb. It's
It's
dumb. It's dumb.
It's not cool at all.
It's the
The,
best.
the issue that I had with my 2DS when I would try and play in bed is that when I did fall asleep, I would pass out playing the game. I wouldn't like actually turn the game off.
Yeah, it's art.
Yeah, I didn't know how to do that. I didn't learn that skill. I just passed out.
Yeah, I would just be like,
Yeah.
I do not have that level of skill.
I
"What
am.
about you, Spencer?"
Thank you, Roosevelt. I am still.
What about you, Spencer?
Thank you, Sean.
Spencer.
Thank you, Eric.
No one cares.
I'm still finishing Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice. The last little case takes forever. They do not stop talking. That's what you get when you get a visual novel, though, I guess. So, I love it, and but unfortunately, yesterday Dragon Quest came in the mail, and I immediately stopped playing it and moved on to Dragon Quest because I love Dragon Quest so much. But I did try to beat it last night. I'm a little further, so I'm still working on that. Still working on the whole on the Spirit of Justice, but also Dragon Quest. I'm pretty far in that too.
First quarter.
I think I'm 7 hours in.
That's good, man.
You got it just last night.
Yeah,
It just came out last night. You got 7 hours in?
yeah,
Did you sleep?
yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
But I love Dragon Quest. It's my jam. So
So do you how true to it is it to the original?
it is more. To Dragon Quest 7 on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
I barely touched it on the PlayStation. I actually have it in my garage. I found it to be a little bit too ugly when I first played it, and like for whatever reason, the art style wasn't clicking with me.
Did it go chibi?
No, it's not chibi. It's just anime. It's Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball Z style. Some characters even look a lot like
Here
it.
you go.
One of the well, hey, I can look at it.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic.
That reminds me of Zelda.
And a lot of it actually reminds me of very classic, like early Dragon Quest. There's a lot of like when you're exploring the castle, that you did that a lot in the original Dragon Quest. So it's pretty fascinating to see that they took that idea because they don't really do that in 8. That
Are you remembering a lot of this game? Like when you're doing your quests and such, you just doing explore? Because that's actually one of the refreshing things about this game. Is like it doesn't really tell you where to go; it just tells you what to do. So I had to explore to find that hermit dude.
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't know. I figured it out pretty quickly.
Right. Because Because you're the Dragon Quest master.
I'm the Dragon Quester.
Just so you know, so you don't miss anything, that the sword was presented, door opened, fairy flew up to the door, turned around, and went to say something.
You push buttons?
I didn't push anything. It just started happening.
God.
But yeah, I love that because so in that game, you start out with just an island, and then you have to go back in time to different, because it turns out there's tons of islands that all got destroyed by whatever reason, and you go back in time and save the island, and then in the current time, the islands pop back up, and then you get to go visit them.
Spoiler alert.
That's what the game's about. That's the point of the game.
I didn't know that. You didn't explain that to me.
That's the point of the game.
Thanks.
It's gonna happen in like an hour. So anyway, so that's how the game's played. I think it's fantastic. It's so much fun. You get a boat like immediately.
I almost picked it up, but then I realized that I haven't played Batman Telltale. I purchased that.
Oh, you did?
I thought I was gonna play it because I've actually been having a problem sitting down and playing games right now.
Mhm.
I cannot sit in the house right now. Many reasons why.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
I
cover.
cannot just sit there and play games. But I was like, well, maybe if I got a new game, I would be interested in sitting here.
Mhm.
No, so I bought Telltale's. The Destiny expansion comes out next week. I think coming Tuesday or Friday or something next week.
Mhm.
And I already pre-ordered that. So I'm sitting here like, shit, I'm not even... I hope I can play. I sit down and play it by then.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft came out, which Rosie just reminded me of. I put an hour into it that I streamed. And that's
Wait, why did you scream?
Yeah, he's
Oh, scream. I think
Streamed.
you said
He
scream.
screamed.
Screamed.
I screamed the whole time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like you screamed like you raged. Like what?
And the Legion has arrived!
I was thinking it was more like a terror scream,
Oh, like I was...
like how
One of
like
those Bloodborne
Indiana
things.
Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark scream the whole time.
Yeah, so that came out, and I put that 1 hour into it, and it kind of, like, I was kind of disappointed in that first hour, because nothing really happened other than me establishing the temple, whatever, the paladin thing.
Oh, you're doing the prequel or the prologue? My God, wow.
Yeah, basically the prologue. For that, that's all I did in that first hour. That's all I could accomplish in that first hour. I did explore a lot more and played really slow. But I felt like I wasn't really playing an expansion. Like,
Oh,
I didn't
no.
feel like I was already put into the danger.
No, did you get your relic weapon?
Yes, that's exactly where I stopped.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it picks up a little bit.
Yeah,
Then you
and I expect it to. It's just that first hour was.
Yeah,
it
it's-
felt like I was doing a lot of chasing around and fetch questing and
Yeah.
just trying to figure out the story, the prologue, like you said.
That's exactly what that is. It's boring. I was like, can we just get to it?
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I felt. And then apart from that, I also tried picking up No Man's Sky again.
Why?
I understand that.
I tried.
No, I understand that.
I'd love
They've
to know
supposedly patched a bunch of things, and I was like, you know what? I'm not to the center of the universe yet. I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Yeah, no man's trying.
No, let's try. Yeah, I got about 30 more minutes into it, and I actually fell asleep. Mainly just I was on a planet, and it was actually like a clean planet. There was no poison, no weather damage, nothing. So it was very, very peaceful. So I landed there, and I just kind of started walking, and then I fell asleep. Just listening to the music and the environment and stuff, it put me
Okay.
out. And then I also tried to play Pokemon Yellow for the 2DS. I tried playing that, and I got through the professor. Like, I'm Professor Oak, and this is how we're gonna stay. And then I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna go play Pokemon Go Plus or
Yeah.
Pokemon Go. I'm actually really close to starting a second account for Pokemon Go. Specifically to only play it with the Pokemon Go Plus.
Oh, okay.
To actually do, because it's supposed to light up yellow when a Pokemon that you haven't seen before pops up.
Mhm.
I'm currently at like 138 Pokemon in my first game.
Forgive me,
You're good.
but
Don't forget them.
Forgive me.
you mean tell me
Forgive me.
the Pokemon Go from your phone doesn't transfer to your Pokemon Go watch thing?
No, it does. It does.
Oh, so okay.
So I want to start a new account because I want to see how it is from level 1 on with the Pokemon Go Plus.
Oh,
like
okay.
what is the experience like for new players rather than
A veteran.
Yeah, because at this point I have so many Pokeballs and so many. I have like 200 Great Balls, 150 Pokeballs, and like 50 Ultra Balls.
Jesus.
I don't have the issue of running out of Pokeballs. I did, however, tried something last night that. So the Pokemon Go Plus, I'll explain more in the actual review. I wanted to just use Great Balls. I was like, you know what? This catch rate sucks. Let me just use my Great Balls. Well, how do I do that? Well, I'll delete all my Pokeballs so that I just have Great Balls and Ultra Balls.
Oh, wow.
The Pokemon Go Plus refuses to use Great Balls and Ultra Balls. It only uses Pokeballs.
What?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah. So when I deleted all my
Unbelievable.
Pokeballs, I couldn't catch anything until I went and visited a bunch of
That
Pokestops
is
to recollect Pokeballs.
Super dumb.
I was sitting here like, I just started the video, and I was going to do the whole review, the part 4 that I was sending you.
Yeah.
I just deleted everything, hit start recording, and I was like, all right, guys, this is there from the edge of the Pokemon Go Plus. Oh, there, it's vibrating. There's a Pokemon. Click. And it starts flashing red at me. I'm like, what the fuck? I look at the phone. It says, you have no Pokeballs. I'm like, but I have like 250 Great and
Great
Ultra
Balls.
Balls. Why?
Dude, that sucks.
So then I had to stop
That's
the recording.
terrible. I'm so sick of this fucking company. I'm so sick of this fucking game.
Sean is emulating every online forum poster.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
I am
because they're
frustrated
right.
with some things as well. Like the fact that one of the benefits is that with the Pokemon Go Plus, and this will be the extent of that content, the Pokemon Go Plus watch actually allows you to play the game with your phone off. The Pokemon Go will just run in the background. There is no reason. There is no reason that Pokemon Go couldn't have done this before, and it just pushed a notification to your actual phone, and it worked. So the Pokemon Go Plus, all of a sudden, this $38.21 piece of plastic on my wrist now allows me to get push notifications from the app. That's some bullshit. Like, I don't think that that's right.
Gyarados doesn't need it. Let me talk to him.
Yeah, because it's there's no reason that the app shouldn't be able to push notifications. Why do I have to have a Bluetooth device for it to push notifications? It doesn't make any sense.
The whole thing fucking doesn't make sense. Stop spending money on this goddamn thing.
How much money have you spent on this?
I actually hit $110 now.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No, Eric.
$110, including this little watch thing.
Good. Oh,
So,
including the watch thing?
including the
I was
watch.
going to ask, like, how much is that watch?
Yeah, it was $38.21. So I've spent $110 on this. One of the other things I was going to talk about, speaking of the money part of it, there was actually an interview with John Hankey recently where they were talking to him about
So his name is Mr. Hanky.
Mr. Hankey.
No shit. Really?
Does he love me and I love him?
You.
You.
That's embarrassing.
So he had an interview where they were asking a bunch of questions about, well, when is trading coming? When is Pokemon battling coming? Because that will really revitalize the game.
Right.
And nowhere in this interview did anyone ask him about the tracking that California has right now. They've been testing out the new tracking.
Yeah.
Everywhere else in the world doesn't have that. No one asked him about that. Supposedly trading and fighting and PvP will revitalize the game and all this stuff. He then goes on to being asked about the sales for Pokemon Go Plus, or for Pokemon Go, sorry, for Pokemon Go, and they stated, well, since July, you've lost 80% of your paying customers. And he's like, yeah, probably sounds right. And just moved on like it wasn't anything.
Well, I think that's a
80%.
normal thing in a lot of these. Like that's kind of I know MMOs feature a similar issue. Is they got a really strong beginning because everyone's curious, and then it kind of dies off.
Expansion revitalizes.
But that's
Right.
not what happened here. They were like, hey, we have this thing we built, and it fucking makes gold, creates gold. Like I can feel the gold coming out of this thing. And they're like, well, wait, hold on, I have an idea. Let's turn off the gold making mechanism for a second and see what happens. So they did that, and people are like, hey, could you turn that back on? No one turned it back on. We can't turn it back on.
What's the
And people are like, all right, well, I guess you're done making gold.
He's saying that they're doing good. And
I know, but I'm
everyone
saying,
might be-
what exactly is the thing that was
Tracking.
making go? Oh, okay.
Well, you don't understand because you never played it, but basically they had an amazing game on their hands. They took it and they brought it out into the woods and they fucked it. And it hated it. It hated all of it. You know? It was like, they're like, squeal like a pig. And they're like, you got a pretty mouth, boy.
Yeah.
Another thing, in the woods.
Another thing in the interview that I overheard was the fact that they're releasing features to the game bi-weekly to rekindle interest. So they have all these features. They have all these features that they do in the game
Okay.
that they only release every 2 weeks to keep people interested, to keep people coming back. So instead of releasing the full game up front and letting us experience the 100%, you have to check back every 2 weeks for that next 1% of the game.
See, that's why this shit doesn't appeal to me.
Hate this fucking company.
That's why mobile gaming.
Hate this
doesn't
fucking company.
Appeal to me.
No, it's not. It's not a problem with mobile games. It's just a problem
Yeah,
with
it
this
is.
piece of shit developer.
No, it is a problem with mobile games.
Like I feel
That's
like
just the
every,
mentality is they gotta keep you coming back as opposed to just giving you
a
a
nice
finished
game.
product. Like you can't have all the coins in Candy Crush because you need to keep coming.
Why
so
can't
you
I
keep
pay
paying.
just let me pay you $10 for the full game?
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
do that. But no, you're gonna lose one level, and then guess what? You have to use your Facebook friends to keep requests,
Bound.
or just spend like $1.99 for one more life.
Yeah.
And guess what? There's enough people out there.
I don't know what that one is. The Krabby?
That's the mobile gaming mentality. And it's freaking
I understand, but this is. I mean, there's nothing wrong with what they're doing here. Had they just not fucked themselves so royally. You don't
I don't even
understand?
know what that one is. What is
Like
that one?
no, I know they ruined it by the tracker thing, but just what he was saying. Like they're not updating everything. They're doing it slowly.
Yeah, I get that, but I mean, like,
Send me that link.
it's just that's just part of this mismanagement. It's just like the same thing with Hello Games. It's just mismanaged. It has nothing to do with the developer themselves per se, but how their leadership is taking them into the wrong direction. They've turned at every corner when there was a choice between making fans happier and making their game more profitable and fucking all that up. They chose the fucked up path every time. They fucked this game up at every turn, which is why no one plays anymore.
Except for him.
Except for me.
Except for
One
Eric.
out of 5 people here play.
The 10% of people, or whatever, 20% of people that are left playing.
Yeah.
Like, how hard is it? Just keep it
And
the
you
fucking
know what?
same.
To,
You know
to
what?
go based on
Yeah.
that, I spent all night last night. I spent an hour and a half trying to find someone to sell a Pokemon Go Plus to. I went through 20, 30 of my friends trying to find someone to sell a Pokemon Go Plus to. Out of those 20 to 30 people, if you include me, only 2 of them said yes.
Wow. So let me ask you something then, man. Because you jumped out like completely hard. How are you enjoying the game? Like now with the less tracking.
I stays hard.
For me, it's a fitness assistant. It's keeping me moving a lot more. I'm hitting 12 to 18,000 steps a day.
Well, see that's the
Because of
fitness
this?
app. So
That's a serious problem, though, too. Is they won't fucking fix the distance. I love the idea of doing distance, but because I fucking ran 5 miles last night. That'd be great if I could hatch eggs like that. I fucking can't.
Yeah.
Because it's broken as shit, and I have to turn my phone on the whole
And they
time.
give
So
you less
the way
miles,
that I
right?
tricked myself into that situation,
It's like 40% of the actual distance.
what?
it's a
It
lot
was, it
higher.
was.
Yeah,
It might
it's a lot
fix.
higher now. Like with this thing, it's like 90%, 80%. So I'll say 80%, just leaning on it still has room
Okay.
for improvement. But even without it, I was getting probably 60 to 70% of my distance traveled. But with that, the way I tricked myself is if I have a 10K egg, I just presume I got to go 20K to hatch it. If I have a 5K, I presume 10K. 2Ks or 4K. Like I just basically ignored the number they told me and said just keep walking until that thing hatches. Who gives a shit about the actual number? So I've been actually Rosie, you said that it looks like I'm losing weight. I haven't checked because I just don't want to.
I got a scale.
He's like,
My wrist just vibrated, so I
Try
was
you right
curious
now.
what it
his
was.
Poke Alert is going on.
And that's the other thing too. I'm starting to feel like fucking Inspector Gadget here. I have a smartwatch, which that's actually another thing. They're talking about bringing Pokemon Go to the smartwatch.
There's already an app for the new Apple Watch.
There already is?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Exists.
didn't know it was already out. But there's actually stuff in the coding for the
new
Android-
Apple Watch.
For the new Apple Watch.
So-
I don't
Only?
know about the old version.
So what's the
Ah.
point of having the Pokemon Go Plus thing if you can just get it on a watch?
Don't know yet because it wasn't coming out for Android right now. I didn't actually look into it.
I think it's different. I think it is not the same thing. I think it's more like running it off of your phone. So maybe it's even better than the Pokemon Go watch thing.
Yeah. The only part to this that why are you vibrating?
They
so much?
showcased it when the,
I need to
they
look at
showcased
that
the Apple
stuff.
Watch. Yeah.
But yeah, so I was actually walking and I was getting texts like crazy. I had like 10 to 15 texts just coming in every second. Plus my watch was going off. The Pokemon Go Plus was going off because I was in range of Pokestops and Pokemon. So I'm like, and then my phone is vibrating and I'm like, ah!
You're connected. You're on the grid.
Yeah.
I have way too much vibrating all over my body, and that's not including my dildos.
Some might take that as a compliment.
You gotta include your
Come
dildos.
here, you little vibrator.
Is that red mute light supposed to be on?
Yeah.
It's always on.
If it's blinking, it means it's muted.
It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Took me a while. All right. So Pokemon Go.
Yes.
We'll have the review of that later.
Yep, we'll do it after this, and then we'll post it later tonight or tomorrow.
Did we already do a review for Pokemon Go?
We did a review for the Pokemon Go. We're going to do one for the Plus.
I see.
So what else? We've got some delays.
Some.
A couple notable ones, right?
A lot.
You got some delays.
10 of them.
We got
No
some
games are coming
delays.
out 2016 from here on
The two that caught my eye were The Last Guardian and Neo.
Yeah.
I just got that.
What?
Very delayed.
Yeah.
you.
Good. Yeah.
Neo?
Yep.
Neo.
That's the R&B artist, Neo. You're talking about. Like, his album was
No,
delayed?
not Neo. Neo. Nioh.
Don't do that. Stop.
All right.
Whatever you're doing, stop.
You
Heal.
son of a...
So
Fractured butthole too.
Fractured
did that
butthole.
get delayed as well?
Wait,
First quarter
what?
2017.
Oh.
Oh no, that was gonna be the game I wanted most this year.
You wanted Fractured Butthole the most?
Yeah, man, I wanted
That
a
looks-
fractured butthole the most.
I am actually legit excited for
Yeah,
that.
Me too.
February or March is looking like a really good
Yeah.
month for gaming.
because they're
You
gonna
got Resident Evil that
stop
drops
full.
then. We do have Neo that drops then. I know something else that's really important is dropping then.
Is that the robot one?
Robot Golf?
Yeah, Robot Golf. Actually, that is a game.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, is anyone playing the For Honor
I think For Honor comes out.
What
Alpha right now?
Oh, the Alpha? No.
Can
I'm
someone
not.
tell me more about the Alpha? I need to know more about the Alpha.
No, I didn't.
I want it.
I need to know if it's competitive Dark
But
Side.
anyway, so The Last Guardian is quarter
Awesome.
one?
December.
December, yeah.
That one's still coming out this year.
God, that kind of ruins our thing. We were going to take some time off.
Oh,
for that.
yeah.
I don't
Well,
know if I
no,
can do
actually-
it.
Do you still have it scheduled?
What?
Do you still have your time off scheduled?
No, the problem that we were running into is because I'm still in training at my job.
Might be
So I
better that
would've
it's
been
delayed
able-
then. You'll get
Yeah.
out of your training period.
But he won't.
Gets into a busier time of the year for me.
Peak is coming.
It actually slows down for us because, well, I mean, people are still getting in car accidents. But
People get more pills during winter.
Oh no, we renew members and such.
So new members plus insurance, your out-of-pocket max resets to the new year.
Yeah. So then you gotta do a whole bunch of issues with like.
It's a closed out.
This is
Yeah.
gross.
But
What you guys do is gross.
You sound
And it makes me
like, 'cause I have
sad.
the
Oh, this is
Why?
gross.
This
and all my
sounds
stuff
awful.
rolls over to the next
Just
day.
fun
It's
for me.
natural
It's
part
weird.
of
It
it.
sounds real awful.
Like my
Medicare.
actual
Anything that had to do
have,
with
like,
insurance makes me
So you have
like.
the base insurance.
It's
and
not
then
necessarily
So we're
us.
pharmacy.
like a card that they
Yeah.
give,
But-
and they put a certain amount.
Still.
Of
We deal with
HSA.
it.
I knew it.
Anyway, but let's
And
let's
that
talk.
was-
Of,
Yes,
other
that
stuff.
was-
Yeah.
So-
it's video games.
So video games.
What's a video game?
So
Tell me more.
right now, the For Honor Alpha is closed, so you have to have a key.
I'm just gonna watch it.
I assumed that was the case. I just didn't know if anyone got like an email or
That's
something.
fun.
Hey,
But
what-
again, so Last Guardian, we were planning on taking some time off and playing that
Yeah.
the whole way through. We'll see if we can still do it.
Yeah, we'll try and figure something out. Maybe, hopefully, what I'm thinking is maybe if we just if we go dead silent for until Friday, because it's gonna drop on a Tuesday.
Mhm.
If we go dead silent until that Friday, maybe we can find time then. Because I'd rather play it with you, but if you're coming back at like 7 or whatever, we're not gonna be able to get too much time today. So we'll play it by ear when it comes up. But
I'll try.
that's the plan.
I may have a new position.
Why don't I do
what? I may have a new position by then.
Yeah.
Woo!
Man.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll
It's like, I'm
Why
getting
don't try
fired.
marathon it during the weekend?
What?
Why don't you try marathon it during like a weekend?
Well, that's the
Well,
plan,
yeah,
but it's
it-
always the waiting.
I see.
the waiting is the hardest part, as Tom Petty once said.
Yeah. I mean, I'll
Nobody
have
didn't
plenty
say
of
that.
things to tide me over. Final Fantasy was.
said that.
I want Final Fantasy beat me around.
And then also Neo got delayed,
And yeah, I got delayed too.
which is the
Which isn't necessarily delayed. It was just like when you told me that date, I looked it up and there was no confirmed date for Neo. And then they're like worldwide release 2017 February. So
Whenever we feel.
Is anyone mad at these delays?
no.
I'm glad that these games are getting delayed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy.
The thing
just
is-
make sure it's 100%.
It's not a matter of being mad at them. It's a matter of picking a side. I've talked to people that are like, "Oh no, it doesn't matter. It's fine if it got delayed." And then they're like, "Oh, what? This game got delayed." This a different game or whatever. It's like, no, you should care. Like, honestly speaking, the delay is usually for the same reason. It's for polish. I get it. Some delays are to have a more competitive market. Call of Duty's getting released in March or in November. Why would I release another shooter during that time?
Right.
That makes sense.
The one thing I will say about the Final Fantasy 15 delay, though, they actually said why they were delaying it. They didn't just delay it and say, we're delaying the game, it's not coming out yet.
Yeah.
They said, hey, we're terribly sorry, it's getting delayed because it wasn't running as well as we wanted it to. When we did the preview for the game, when we showed it off, that was a sped up frame. We actually sped up the FPS
Yeah.
so that it actually looked presentable. It's not a...
Also, they admitted that they lied.
Well, I'm
They wanted,
okay with
they
that.
wanted to have something
it's,
to present.
it's an industry
is the thing.
standard. Like
So they'll
that
lie.
everyone does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm fine
everyone
with that.
deflates football.
I mean, if you're saying that, if you're saying that, upscale's a lie. I mean,
Yeah, right.
people go,
yeah,
oh,
and that's actually something. Oh, I don't
I
want.
don't think everybody lies.
oh, it's the
Well,
gaming
I'm
industry.
sure it's not
I think
everyone.
Ubisoft
lies.
Not everybody, but yeah.
A lot of
it's,
people lie.
it's an acceptable
Yeah,
practice,
a ton
basically,
of
to say
people.
like,
That's
hey,
what-
this
it's
is what
not
you're
everyone.
going to be getting, and then that's what they're working towards. And if they don't hit it, like when the game doesn't look as good as the trailer or the preview that we saw, that's when we have issues with it.
That's true.
But if it looks exactly like that when it comes out, I have no issue with that.
The other side of the coin here is No Man's Sky. You guys remember what their prepresentation stuff looked like?
Yeah, it looks amazing.
It looked totally different from the actual.
Yes.
Did it? I thought
Yeah.
the same.
That's why.
100%
No.
different.
It's different?
There's,
Yeah.
you should watch. There's a
100%
YouTube video. There's a couple of them out there that show it like side by side, and it's amazing the difference. It's crazy. I mean, I want to play the game that they presented. That looks amazing.
Yeah. You got
Yeah.
flora and fauna that are closer. It looks like it's a jungle where you're at. Like I
Yeah.
thought I sent you the thing. It's like,
Yeah.
welcome to Jurassic Park.
Oh God!
You did
Dude, that video summarizes all of that.
There's like a funky T-Rex on the moon, basically.
Yeah.
It's the real game.
But that's, I mean, who else has done it? Watch Dogs has done it. Freaking Dark Souls 2 has done it. Dark Souls 3 has done it.
Really?
Yeah, Dark Souls 2 did it because they were
No,
talking-
Dark Souls 2, I knew about that one.
Yeah.
3 too?
they were still pushing that element of using a torch. It wasn't like how they did in 2, because in 2 they were like, sometimes you might need to go in a place and not have a shield. Creepy. It's like no, you turn the brightness up. I can still see everything. Fuck this, you know. But ironically, Bloodborne didn't.
Ooh.
Anyway,
By the way, did they ever address? Did anyone ever address the fact that poise is turned off in 3? Did anyone ever figure
no,
it
they
out?
said it's working as intended.
Yeah, I heard that. But that was a long time ago.
It has not been updated.
That's hilarious.
Nothing's changed on it.
There's a feature that for every Demon Souls, every Dark Souls game called Poise, that was a whole part, like a whole mechanic of the game. That is in Dark Souls 3, but the feature is turned off. And people realize this after probably 3 weeks of playing the game. I mean, initially you immediately realize it when you put on heavy armor and you're like, why the fuck? Why is there no poise? Why am I getting stunned out of this? But
Poise, for you guys that don't know, poise is essentially like, if I attack him with a dagger and he's got 30, 40 poise, his character isn't really going to flinch. It just takes it. It's just like, let me kill you. You know?
Okay,
No,
so
so no stagger.
interruption.
Yeah, no stagger, no interruption, none of that stuff. There's still hyper armor, but it's not the same. Hyper armor implies you're already attacking and all that stuff. And there's windows for that. Poise is just something that's static. It's always going to be on your character, given you have that armor.
I didn't know it was that involved.
It was pretty.
It's-
I'm not gonna
it
lie.
is deep.
It was pretty overpowered in the original Souls anyway. For me, yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, of course, everyone's running freaking Havel or something. oh, this is fun. I love this game. You know, like getting invaded all the time. But I mean, I did love the game. But like by Dark Souls 2, I was like, okay, whatever. I'm over it. And then Dark Souls 3, they didn't have it. You essentially had hyper armor only. So
Yeah, that's why the meta has changed so much for PvP in Dark Souls 3 because of this thing. You have like all these hyper armor weapon builds with like a smaller weapon and
Great
backup.
Hollow sword, whatever, is what I use because hyper armor is good on it. And it's
Yeah.
good stuff and countering.
It's a real wacky system. And then another problem, of course, was like this whole shield thing, the Havel's shield and the other shields, the great shields having totally different mechanics too, which never got addressed. But there's a bunch of shit that just apparently never got addressed.
I don't care. DLC comes out, play it, and then never touch it again.
Yeah, right.
I'll go back to Bloodborne though. I'll keep
So
going.
we had a delay in Final Fantasy 15, Fractured Butthole,
Neo.
Neo, and what
Last
other
Guardian.
one? Last Guardian. That one probably
But
that one sticks out the hardest. For
there's
me.
a
Yeah.
story behind that. So apparently, a bunch of different gaming outlets. They're not news. When
Ooh, shots fired.
and they pretty much go, "Hey, this game sucks." Like universally, they're all like, "The game sucks." And I'm just like, "Huh." So I read through each one because I think it was Kotaku did one, GameStop did one, IGN did one, GameSpot. I'm sorry, IGN did one, and there was no Polygon did one. And I read all 4 of their things, and it was so similar that it was just like, I'm like, whatever, dude.
Like word for word.
Yeah, like a lot of things they're harping on were like the same things, and pretty much what it boils down to is, oh, the character feels sluggish. Your compatriot is like an idiot, and I'm like, well, that's the selling point of it. Is like he is, you know, he's a child initially,
No,
and
he has to be genius.
he has to learn, you know, all these things that you're telling him about. He's not perfect, right? He's gonna suck. And
Why
there was-
isn't the kid
there was
smarter?
something- they said it was movement. It was that, and then they said something about the controls. I don't remember, but I was just like, I was like, okay, you know, it's not gonna appeal to everyone, I guess. But don't just go, it sucks, just because you played it for 45 minutes, and you go, oh, it's garbage. Maybe you can be like, oh, maybe they should look more into the controls or whatever. Or maybe the characters are supposed to be sluggish like that. You know, that was in none of their things. They didn't explore, hey, maybe this is how it's supposed to go. Like, offer different insight. They just went straight to negative. I'm not really a fanboy with the game. I just think that's weird. To me, to just be like, to straight up bash it. Yeah, it took forever to come out. But if that's the case, if Last Guardian is any indication, Final Fantasy is going to get ran through the fucking dirt. Because people are going to be like, oh, it's just, I wait 10 years for this. Any game that takes that long, no one's going to like, because they're going to have stupid expectations.
Like
for it.
Duke Nukem Forever was a great game, but
Well, Duke Nukem Forever legitimate sucked. It went through different developers too, and then Gearbox is like, "Fuck it, we don't want to touch it, just release it."
yeah.
You know, just hurry up and drop this thing already.
And that's definitely something that people should consider is that all the hype and everything that we put across all these games, is it a fun game? Like, is it fun to play? Pokemon Go Plus has a huge amount of hype. It's the only one I can really talk about right now. It has a huge
Warcraft
amount of
has a lot
hype.
of hype.
Everyone hates on it.
No
Everyone,
Man's Sky had hype.
yeah, everyone.
Yeah, that's the one that hits me the hardest.
Everyone talks about like how much they hate a game, but it's like, you know what? There's still a huge amount of craze online about this game, so it still has to be fun. So just play the game. Do you enjoy the game? Have fun with it. Who gives a shit how long it took to develop? If you're having fun with it, then just live in the moment and have fun with it.
Yeah, people are crazy like that.
What's also kind of interesting is if a game takes that long to develop, we saw it with Duke Nukem. If a game takes that long to develop, it has the trends of that era. So that's why
Time capsule.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why when Final Fantasy 15, well, when it went from 13 to 15, you can bet there was other things being rearranged, battle system and things like that, being changed to be more fitting of what we're used to now. Could be wrong, but based off what I've played, what I've watched, they had to do that because when you spend that long of a time working on it, like Kingdom Hearts, whenever that drops, might be more like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. But is that necessarily what we want? Probably not. You probably want something that's a little bit more interactive or has some other stuff that it offers that's going on.
I probably want something that's not Kingdom Hearts.
Well, that's you. But
Sorry.
I hate
I'm-
that game.
Yeah.
I'm at my
All right.
I'm at my wits end with Kingdom Hearts. If this third one, they don't finish it up and wrap it up by this one, I have no reason to keep playing them.
Dude,
You don't have any reason to keep playing
I'm not
currently.
playing it.
we were
Ever.
in like high school or something, maybe even around then, early high school. And
No,
you probably weren't even in high school. When
I think it was in
Kingdom
8th grade when it was 14 years ago.
Hearts- It's like, man, you got to be a little bit quicker about this. I'm 28.
It's a big
That's the
deal.
thing.
It's a real
like,
big
I
deal.
actually did like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I had no interest in playing this game.
Like, come on, I'm a little bit older now.
Yeah.
I don't need
And that's
to
the
be
problem that
sore
falls
anymore.
into is growing up with your audience. We
Right.
get it. Haley Joel Osment probably can't do the voice after this one. I mean, he has a pretty.
Is he doing it in this one?
He's been.
Isn't that the
he's
kid
been
from The
voice.
Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sora!
Really?
That-
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What
That's
does he
the
do?
guy
He does
that's
the voice
like,
of Sora.
yeah,
he's like 30
Sora?
years old.
yeah.
The main character.
Yeah, and he's done the voice like on Kingdom
Huh.
Hearts 2 and all these other Kingdom Hearts that they come out with, new lines and things like that. He is still the voice, but it's just like at this point, it's getting to an age where like people are outgrowing, I don't know if that's the right word because outgrowing a game is kind of dumb, but at the same time, it's like you're looking at and going,
Dude,
I'm losing interest
When
because
was
you're
the
taking
last time
this
you
on.
played Kingdom Hearts?
Well, I actually pre-ordered 2.8.
But the first Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, the first Kingdom
That's
Hearts.
the thing that
I beat
lost
it like
me.
twice
If you-
and I was done.
If
So I
you,
wanted to find
if you
something.
played Kingdom Hearts as an adult, that game's kind of dumb.
You play chibi characters
That's okay.
on a no, it's not. On a
That's fine.
3DS, it's the
I bet-
exact same thing.
But if you play
So-
Kingdom Hearts, it's kind of dumb.
No, it's
There-
not. No, just singing. Freaking Gaston over there.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
There's
I mean, as a person that loves Disney movies, I think that game's kind of dumb.
This is-
There's
this
nothing
is
wrong-
interesting. This
There's
is
nothing
interesting, 'cause
wrong
I
with
like
liking
Disney
an
movies a
IP
lot,
like
too.
that. There's nothing wrong with. That's what I'm saying. You can't say it's dumb to like something like that.
Yeah, no,
You can't
I think-
shit on someone's.
No, I'm not
thing.
saying on somebody. I'm saying that game is dumb.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying it's dumb if
If
you're
you
playing
like
it
it,
this and you're this old. So you're tying it to them though. You're saying it's dumb because you're playing it and you're like 28 or 30 or whatever.
Yeah, I
It has
tried to.
nothing to do with the person. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah.
So
As
Sean
a-
was saying that
Just trying
he
to start
loves
fires.
Disney movies but doesn't like the game,
You're right, yeah.
and you
Love
Same way.
Disney movies.
love
Yeah,
Disney movies also
Don't like the game.
and don't like the game.
It's funny because I actually like the two games, but don't like Disney movies that much.
Whoa.
I
Really?
like Lion King.
I don't
Aladdin?
Aladdin 2.
You don't like Aladdin?
Actually,
Ever?
Aladdin 2. I like that one. Too.
Aladdin's a fucking great
Aladdin
movie.
2, the movie Aladdin
No,
2?
no, Aladdin
As well?
also, as well.
Return of Jafar.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Excellent.
What about 3?
Okay, wait, hold on. So what about Beauty and the
King
Beast?
of King of Thieves.
You don't like Beauty and the Beast?
I don't
Wait,
like
Mulan. Mulan.
I love
Oh
Beauty and the
yeah, I
Beast.
watched that in
Mulan was
school.
great.
So you'll take Mulan, but you won't take Beauty and the Beast.
Yep.
Make a man.
You must be swift
Stop,
like
stop.
the
Less than
coursing
10
rain,
seconds.
right?
What?
You gotta be swift like the coursing rain.
Yeah.
You gotta
Coursing
be
River.
No, rain.
River.
I'm pretty sure it's rain.
I will guarantee
Yeah,
it's
it's
River.
It's not river.
So if there's a
It's
coursing river.
It's not river.
As fierce as a great
I will
typhoon.
guarantee it's River.
With the force
force
of a great typhoon,
With all
Yeah.
the strength.
and all
of a
the
great
all the
type.
strength of all the strength of a raging fire.
Okay. Well, you're still wrong about the rain.
I'm not.
It is River.
I'm not.
I can guarantee you it's River.
All right,
I gotta go
I'll
to
take
the
that
river.
action.
So going back to Kingdom Hearts, though, it's actually kind of like a nostalgia thing, I think, for certain people. Like if you were a certain age when that game was actually released, because all of us here are around the same age. But if you go back 5 years, a lot of my friends that are 5 years younger than me, my brother and his friends, they love Kingdom Hearts because they grew up with it. So when it's coming back out now, it's really exciting for them. It would be like us like seeing another Twisted Metal, like, or I'm trying to think of any other series.
Twisted
I'd
Metal
be
thrilled
glad-
to see another Twisted Metal.
Like a Twisted Metal
Some
2.
IPs just should stay.
Yeah,
Twisted
so
Metal, a Twisted Metal 2 would be a good one.
Twisted Metal 2 would be fun. I don't need a new Twisted Metal. I don't want them to do anything with that.
After
I was
after
surprised 2 more
3,
came out.
I get hurt.
Yeah,
But-
And they're
you
like,
buried
"Wow."
it.
But like
Coming back.
Crash Bandicoot, if Crash Bandicoot came back,
See, that they could do because that's a simple concept.
Do you guys
They
ever
could
play
do.
Phantom Crash?
I've heard of it. I've never played it.
It's so good. I still have it, so maybe one day I'll bring my Xbox over. We can like look at Phantom Crash. But
What is
it was like an amazing mech game that came out for Xbox One, like not Xbox One, but the first Xbox, original Xbox. And it was so fun. It was like one of the first games where it kind of felt like Armored Core, but you could get like these AIs installed in your mech, and they were all animal based, and it would like take the attributes of that animal.
so it was like Chow.
Kind of. Yeah, like you level
That's
up your
the first thing
AI,
who jumps.
and it would like talk to you in game, but it had like the attributes of that animal. So like the birds, like you'd have like a longer field of vision, and you'd have a bunch of other stuff. You could like jump farther in some cases. Like there's a wolf one. It was dope. So
like
dope.
it.
And it was all arena based. Like you'd get pushed into like a sortie where you would like fight in this arena combat for fans.
So FYI, be a man. We must be swift as the coursing river.
River?
Be a man.
Bullshit.
With all the force of a great typhoon.
Bullshit.
With all the strength of a raging fire.
Raging fire. Mysterious is the dark side of the moon.
Whoa.
Of
But
the
it's
dark
definitely-
side of.
But it's definitely river.
It's not river.
Yes, it is.
There's no fucking way.
I grew up knowing it was river.
This is horseshit.
I would say sound like River.
I walked out of the movie.
You know
theater
what?
saying,
Our
"River."
answers are just around the riverbed.
The first time I watched, the only time I watched Mulan was in school.
Yeah, actually, that's the first time I watched it too.
Really?
Yeah,
Theaters.
it's like-
Took me to theaters, man.
I
go. Let's
speaking
go
of
out
Disney.
tonight.
Yeah, it's not. Wait, that's not Disney.
Well,
is
your
it?
mom liked the.
The Incredibles is
Wait,
Pixar.
doesn't she like
Yeah.
karate?
Okay.
Well, that was one of the
Right?
main reasons why. It was because Eddie Murphy was in it.
Oh.
So she's like, yeah, we'll go watch it. It's like,
My Spanish teacher in high school, we pretty much watched a shit ton of movies,
Yeah.
all in Spanish. But we watched like The Incredibles and Mulan and
Incredibles was good.
just a bunch of like kid movies,
Wow.
family movies. I'll call them family movies, all in Spanish. And that was how we were supposed to help learn Spanish and no habla español.
Close enough.
Sí se puede.
Yep.
Well, what's your guys' favorite Disney movie?
Aladdin.
Mine's Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
That's good.
That's how I know you're a sick piece of shit. Pinocchio? The fuck?
Have you seen that movie?
I have. It's terrible.
I wouldn't.
What?
It's so bad.
Dumbo scared the shit out.
I don't even care for
Okay.
that. Yeah, Dumbo is bad too.
That's-
Dumbo's great.
It
No,
scared
it's
me.
not. It's
like
gross.
Wait.
the
Oh,
part
you know
where he
what?
gets drunk.
Tron!
Is Fantasia a movie?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's a Disney
All
movie.
right. Yeah. All right.
It's
I
a
know.
musical,
I like that
too,
one.
essentially.
Yeah, so I like that.
Wait,
because it was so weird.
Do you want to go back to Pinocchio?
Rewind this. Dumbo and Pinocchio are bad movies?
Bad. Not good movies.
I never liked
Whoa.
them.
This
Bad.
is coming out of left field.
Bad movies.
Why do you think they're bad movies?
Because they're bad.
Why?
Look
Look at that. Because they're bad. Shit.
That's the internet right there, folks.
Yeah. That's an internet thing. Go ahead.
I don't.
Come on.
I don't care for them.
Yes,
Maybe
okay,
they're not.
why not?
Pause.
Bad.
Have we seen the new South Park episode?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr.
So the
Vince,
internet.
yes.
Okay. All right. So go on.
I just my opinion. They're just. I don't care for them. I
Why?
don't care for them.
Why are they such bad movies?
I think Pinocchio is really slow, and it just has kind of it just sort of drags,
Pacing.
especially in the third act.
That makes
I think.
sense. Yeah.
And
can see
Dumbo, I've always thought it was boring. I've never been interested in the story. I've never been
watched that
interested
movie
in the
completely.
characters. I think the production value is dog shit.
See, I love the classically drawn ones from like Pinocchio,
Mhm.
Dumbo, and Snow White. Like I love that like old European-ish classically drawn
Sleeping Beauty?
stuff. Sleeping
The
Beauty
Dragon and Sleeping Beauty
is terrifying.
Yeah.
amazing.
And the Queen when there's just the green dot, what's like floating around, it's just terrifying.
Yeah.
And I think they lost that in the 90s or late 80s or whatever they started doing the newer stuff. But I still think the movies are good. I just like that older style of drawing.
You know what I just realized? You guys know Once Upon a Time, the TV series?
Yeah, what about
Wow. Okay, go ahead.
the really shitty one.
So, as we're talking about all this stuff, Kingdom Hearts, and we're talking about old movies and stuff, and then I was like, oh shit, Once Upon a Time. I just finished the 5th season.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are you
Someone
watching
told me.
this?
Someone told me it was a good show.
Is it?
No.
It's not?
No. I'm one of those people that will watch anything just to have something in the background. It doesn't matter what it is. I'll
I
rewatch
see.
seasons constantly, but
see.
I enjoyed the first 2 seasons of Once Upon a Time, so I just kept watching until the very end. Until they stopped publishing them, I'll continue to watch them. Next month, however,
should
I am
watch-
super excited. We got Green Arrow coming back. We have Flash coming back. We have Supergirl coming back.
Oh my god.
I don't think Gotham
What
is.
are you
And
doing
then-
to yourself?
Wait, what about
Is it?
Daredevil?
Yeah,
Isn't
they
that the
kept
good
talking
one?
about
Daredevil is the only one that
No, they have
nothing to do with
what's that
Luke
dude?
Cage.
Luke Cage. Yeah, Luke Cage is
is gonna be
coming
great.
next month.
Looks pretty dope. Did you see the teaser for that?
Yeah,
They have
And he gets like shot like several times.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like What's up?
Yeah.
Have you seen his actual full thing in the Jessica Jones? Watch the Jessica Jones. It's actually pretty good.
My uncle's been telling me, yeah, you gotta watch Jessica Jones. You like
It
Daredevil.
looked okay.
If
not
you
bad.
like
It's the
Daredevil,
Defenders that
it's
come
like a step down from it,
Yeah,
like
it's-
a half step down.
Half step and maybe a step to the left.
Yeah,
As far as direction wise.
yeah.
It's. I think it has a good villain, but I don't get behind the character herself. I'm just not
No,
the biggest fan.
she's definitely played as like a different kind of female role than we've seen in traditional, or not traditional, but in current female roles, hero roles, protagonists.
Yeah.
She plays a different kind of female protagonist that we haven't really seen. So it's as far as your comment of how the Empire should only be male protagonists in the Star Wars universe.
What? The Empire? What?
I don't recall that. but
What a weird retelling of what you said.
I think that
That's like
what Spencer was getting at with the Star Wars universe, the new universe.
No.
is it's-
Let's keep that one.
It's just a formulaic, sort of adventure with a strong female lead every single time, judging by like how the direction they're taking Rogue One with.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're really assassinating
you're painting
Spencer's
my
character.
a weird light. A weird light.
Oh my god.
You know Spencer's the men's rights activist guy.
What's that?
I said I think she's gonna be great. Felicity Jones can get it, but also,
She can get it, yeah.
I think I'd be
Without Taco America.
if Episode 7 and Rogue One were both coming out, I'd probably see Rogue One, just because it looks like it's
Different.
Well, it doesn't even feel like Star Wars
Different.
when you look at the stuff.
Yeah, it
And-
does. I think it does.
Well, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, no. It feels like it's more intimate than it is compared to the other ones.
I'd pick episode 7.
I don't know.
Or no, episode 8. Oh, you're saying those
I'm
two?
saying episode
Oh,
7. Or
but
Rogue
had I
One-
known episode 7 was what it is?
No, I'm saying like
I'd pick
the
up episode
trailers. I would go Rogue. Well, probably because you go
Oh,
continuation.
you're saying trailer? Okay, if they both came out,
Both came out. Same
trailer
time,
to trailer,
Stupidest, like getting ready to screw up their entire fan base.
Yeah.
trailer to trailer, you would go with the.
I'd go with Rogue One.
I see what you're
because I like the telling of the story and I like the subject matter behind it, and it isn't something that has been explored. And
Yeah, it's different.
Donnie Yen.
What do you mean it hasn't been explored?
Yeah.
Like
It's
I
been
mean, in
explored
the sense of
incredibly deeply.
like actually just told word from word from word, and you can't really say it's been explored deep because the EU's
That's
gone.
true.
So
Well, but yeah, it's destroyed, but we've seen it still explored so much. It's just
I
being a-
like this take. I
Yeah.
prefer this take as opposed to just going through either a book or however it was
I would be-
illustrated upon.
I would have a hard time deciding between the two because one, they've done a shitty job of since the original three they made of telling a great story with a Jedi, like actually like telling a great Jedi story since then. But
You know, like the
I
prequels.
No, there were a lot of
They were
Jedi.
so good.
There were a
Yeah.
lot of Jedi in the prequels. There were like thousands
Yeah.
and thousands. They were on screen at once.
I know,
All of
yeah.
There's actually a movie coming out about that. About
About how bad they were.
cast them in a different light. So
Cast the Jedi in a different light.
No, the prequels in a different light.
Oh.
And to take a look at them because they're talking about they're interviewing other people that have worked on the prequels.
So it's a
and things like that.
documentary.
Yeah.
What?
So-
Does everybody that worked on the prequels have horns?
But I don't know.
It's just
probably
bad
all a bunch of
storytelling.
neck beards.
It's a bad movie. Period. It's just not. It's not. There's nothing like wrong with like how they wrote. Character X or Y. They just all of it's bad.
Yeah.
All of it's unredeemable.
Would you say it's like sand? It just gets everywhere.
I hate them.
I hate them all.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it would be hard though because I want them to tell a good Jedi story, so I would want to watch Episode 7 and see where that goes. But then the Rogue One, I just love the Star Wars universe, and the fact that they don't have a Jedi lead in that movie would make me
Well,
want
You
to
know what?
watch
Here-
that
they have a
just
Sith
to
lead.
live in the
Good.
universe.
Here's how I would. Well,
Good. No Jedi's.
you know how I would have done episode 7? No Jedi's. Exactly.
Yeah.
None. No Jedi's. We
Zero.
get a
Here's
Jedi.
Rogue One.
We get a hint of a Jedi in episode 8, and then we got 2 Jedi's fighting in episode 9. That's how it should be.
Okay, I would have done this. No Jedi's in Episode 7. Period. And then you know how she discovers Luke's saber in the box.
Yeah.
First of all, I would not make it a whatever retcon of New Hope. I mean, that all would have been gone.
Yeah.
It would have been its
Oh,
own
yeah.
original plot line, of course. Of course, that's just a given because that was a bullshit move.
But history repeats itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams repeats George Lucas. So I wouldn't do any of that, but I would still have. I think the lightsaber in the box is kind of an interesting idea. Like it was left for her. I wouldn't have the confusing plot line where you have first Finn or whatever taking the lightsaber and then Rey taking it. That was dumb as fuck. I would just have Rey take it.
I'm okay with it.
That was
I
dumb.
would have picked it up too.
That's fucking stupid.
Fuck it. I'm not gonna use a blaster.
I would just have them use blaster the whole thing, and then maybe it's discovered that Rey's a little force sensitive, not the fucking savior of the universe, and then she
Because-
finds at the end, and then you have the two Jedis in the next movie.
Because what we have in Return of the Jedi is the end of the prophecy. Like, that's it. That's the end.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
The prophecy was Anakin would save the galaxy. Boom, he did it, and he died, so he's not going to be a bad guy anymore. That's it. That's the end of Star Wars.
Yeah,
So anything after doesn't make the fact that there's more Jedi after, and then they're doing all this crap, that doesn't make any sense.
yeah, I agree.
Just logically.
Well, I mean, technically he saved it, so now whatever happens afterwards, they can do whatever they want, but it's saved.
well, no. well, if you,
So there's really no
You saved
conflict.
it for like 10 years.
Well, no, it is saved.
Well,
this
yeah.
is the ideal world they're living in
Is it
now,
like a-
with
is it-
conflict included.
it's like a document that got like it's saved until Tuesday, and after
You know what?
Tuesday,
This
anything can
reminds me of Final Fantasy X, where before Titus and them got there, it was like you killed Sin for like 10 years, and it's just like that 10 years is good enough.
I think if you look at it
like
So,
this, like you're cleaning the slate in Return of the Jedi, and you still have Luke. I mean, you're sort of like telling the story, and that story is complete. But Luke is still there. Luke is still an existing character. Han and Leia still exist in that universe.
No.
So those characters are gonna do something. Luke is gonna do something.
Well,
He's
not
probably gonna train
anymore.
other Jedi. I understand, but like the best plot line there. I mean, I guess you could do what they did and have Luke go away and whatever. But I mean, what would Luke be? I mean, Luke would be
Chilling?
probably some sort of trainer. He'd probably train people at
Yeah.
like the old Jedi Temple. They probably want to restore that. Like that's what they did in the EU. That actually makes sense.
That's what he's doing in the current one, isn't it?
No,
Then-
he's a fucking hermit.
No, they said
Well,
he was out looking for the.
I guess he technically trained. What's his name? Not Jason Solo. What's his actual name in this fucking stupid movie now?
Darth, or no.
No. What's it? Ben Solo, right?
Yeah, Ben
Which is
Solo.
like a weird reference to the EU, like Ben Skywalker / Jason Solo.
I thought it was a
combination.
Kylo Ren.
His name is Kylo Ren, which is that's something they made up. But like
Yeah.
Nah, Kylo Ren.
Ben Skywalker, like in the EU is Luke's son, which is a reference to old Ben Kenobi. Like he names his. It fucking makes no sense that he be named Ben fucking Solo because
Well,
what does
because
Leia and
It's probably because
right?
Han
They don't
have
have
no-
anything to
no
do with
connection.
It's
old
probably
Ben
because
Kenobi.
another reason that the prequels suck. The prequels made that rule that Jedi couldn't have kids. Like Jedi couldn't, like a real Jedi had to be like a priest and couldn't have like love interests. And
Yeah, that made no sense.
So Luke can't have a kid now because he's a good Jedi. So that's the rule.
I think
so. Now
it's-
they have to give it to Han. So there you go. That's why you have Ben.
Sure, but I think
Which is
it's
stupid,
It's
but-
just they could have done anything they wanted with it, and they didn't. And they could have totally thrown the prequels away, which they should have done.
Oh yeah, Disney should do that.
Absolutely,
That's what they did.
but should not be canon anymore. It's
still
fucking
canon?
nonsense.
Oh, in fact, Ewan McGregor's voice was in Episode 7 when they were touching the blue lightsaber.
Oh, fuck.
Do you know?
Like 2 lines and then that was it.
Yeah.
All right, later.
Didn't they use part of his words that he used in other sentences to craft the rest of the sentence? Because
Yeah, I think
something along those lines.
he was in it for that part where the blue lightsaber like she touches it, she gets all the memories, and you hear him.
Yeah,
They combined they took part of the word he stood, and they took and then from another word they put I don't know, are you able, and then they put able into
Stable.
stood, and it
Are you
became
able
saber.
Are you able to stood?
Oh, darn.
that's
Um,
terrible.
Do you understand?
Yeah, that's actually being very cheap.
But anyway, I would like to have seen the lightsaber at the very end of the movie and just sort of not even hinted at it, and then just kind of sneaks up on you in the last 15 minutes, and then she goes with the lightsaber. There's something like some sort of map to find Luke, and the movie ends with her looking at the map and seeing the world, and maybe it, like, cuts into a CG version of that planet, and you know, then fucking roll credits.
I wonder.
No Mark Hamill at all.
Here, I wonder though about that. That may be good for us. Will that be good
I think
for
it'd be great.
kids?
I think it'd be great.
Will that be good for kids?
Because it gets you
No,
excited.
they usually
fun.
don't work the same way.
what
Fan
I'm
service doesn't match up.
That's
with
what I'm
the-
saying.
But that's, you don't have to have
I think that would have been a fun ending for people who aren't with the series. Like they basically see the plan and go, "That's where we need to go." So now you know next movie, that's where we're gonna go. You don't have to see.
weird ending scene. Well, yeah, the Mark Hamill thing.
Like, dude, it's so easy to shoehorn this in. Like, you just have the exact same plot, maybe minus Kylo Ren. Maybe have Kylo Ren and maybe have him still kill Solo. Like that whole thing, except better. Then you have them blow up Death Star 3, right? And then maybe after Death Star 3 is blown up, their fucking ship gets damaged. And they're sort of floating through space, and then Rey feels the call of the Force somewhere, some planet, something like a kind of a Dagobah type of retcon.
And that's when she tells James Bond to release her from the shackles.
Yeah,
James Bond.
that was James Bond.
So the soldier that released her from the shackles was James Bond.
yeah.
That's funny. Well, okay. Anyway, so like maybe she shoots out like a drop ship, lands on that planet, and the Force guides her to this area. Or fuck it, maybe it is actually Dagobah, and it's Yoda's grave, and Luke Saber is there, and there's a map with Luke Saber near Yoda's fucking grave.
Seems like it'd be.
It's just beaten over the head at that point. I'm just being spoiled. I'm like that because that's what I was saying. It's about fan service. Fan service is great, but fan service in like let's get an example. So, who hasn't seen Civil War?
Has
seen
not?
Civil War?
Oh yeah, we all went together. didn't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah.
We all did. Did you do that?
I didn't go. I wasn't with you guys.
Oh.
You saw it?
Yeah,
I saw it.
Okay.
That's 4 went.
So at the end of Civil War, when you have Captain America and Iron Man fighting, well, like the last fight, and they clash. That clash is a homage to
The cover art.
cover art.
Yeah.
And that's in itself fan service. They did it really briefly, and then they're like, "I'm moving on."
Yeah.
Right? Fan service like that.
I
like,
love
it,
that.
It was cool,
Yeah.
but it gets really hard to do fan service and tell like interesting or whatever stories
Compelling story.
with it because you want. It is two different audiences. You have the critic who goes, "Well, I mean, why? You know, is asking a lot of
Why'd you
questions."
shoehorn that in?
Or maybe it's a long fight. Maybe you have a really cool fight. And say we're at the end of episode 9, right? And you're like, these guys are going to duke it out. Jedi versus Sith, or whatever the case is. It's going to be serious. Why are they fighting for like 30 minutes? Is what the critic goes, or maybe the general audience goes, not the guy who's really into Star Wars. So a lot of it is a balancing act between getting that sort of like, all right, hey, isn't this cool? To kind of get you in because you don't want to give too much. Fan service, because then it's more of like you had to been there. Yeah, you have to really be into it to know, if you'd like it or whatever. Or you have to watch these other movies beforehand. And some people don't like that.
The Flash actually had. The Flash actually had an interesting homage, basically, in the costume design, where the Flash's costume in the actual show is very bright red with yellow across it. So in the TV show, when he originally when Cisco, the guy who created the suit in the show, explained like, "Hey, here's a suit that'll work with your speed and friction and heat and all that kind of stuff." He's like, "I was making this for the firefighters. That's why it's red." And it was yellow because firefighters wear red and yellow are their colors for the ambulances and just their normal outfits.
Right.
He's like, we made this red and yellow because of those reasons, because it's made for firefighters. Since the disaster, we were trying to help. And they basically took the fan service of this is the color of the suit, gave it a story, put it in, and then as the story developed, the suit got redder and redder, and it became more and more like the comic book series. But they started off with it looking slightly like it, but really dark red.
Like off red.
It was like a maroon.
Okay.
And it's slowly transitioning into a brighter red as it goes on. And his symbol was like a yellow with the lightning bolt across it. It was like a tan or something like that. But then they saw a newspaper from the future. It had a white symbol. And they're like, oh, let's change it to white. So they're slowly transitioning into giving the suit its fan service.
Did you explain
And
why
then-
you put a lightning bolt on that?
He's fast.
For
The
the,
Flash.
no,
right?
no, no, no. For the firefighters.
Well, that one didn't actually exist for the firefighter suit.
okay.
Well, I mean,
But
it's
it was a
not
big
newspaper-
fire symbol, like
not newspaper in
the
the
fire
future.
gym for the energy
So-
card for Pokemon
If
trading.
I saw a newspaper in the future, I'd probably do the same.
Yeah.
But
How many newspapers from the future do you see every day?
if I
I
see
only see like 2 or 3.
Like 3, right?
if I see a newspaper for the future, I'm looking for lottery numbers or something.
That works out.
Well, I
Or
guess
just like
not.
who won the Super Bowl. So
You mean the
can
future?
Throw all your money in
the
bet.
future of like 2 days.
It's okay. They'll
Yeah,
just create
that works.
paradoxes by changing the fucking past based on newspapers in the
Bingo.
future.
But
Like the moment they change that, their universe should have imploded.
Yeah.
the
They actually make a funny
the,
comment.
the
about that.
point that you got to essentially is that they added logic with their fan service.
Yes.
So, who saw Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys see Batman v Superman as well?
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Okay, so in Suicide Squad, they have them, all right, team's getting set up and getting ready to work together. They have Harley take out her old suit.
The onesie.
The
Yeah.
onesie. It was a dumb way to do it because she does is just takes it out and she's like, oh, I guess I'm not using this or whatever.
Looks right at the audience.
Yeah. that's pretty much what it was, and it was kind of dumb because it's like, man, you could do better, right? If you look at Batman v Superman, they're showing which is actually a really good scene. Is they're showing the training montage of Batman
CrossFit?
getting pumped, yeah,
CrossFit
He's
Batman?
Freaking, it's time to.
Yeah.
There's no way he put on that mask by just doing those things, but whatever. Anyway, he's showing himself like working out and things like that. They're shoehorning in why he should be able to at least like why he looks the way he does. They're not shoehorning it. They're providing reasoning. Dude gets pumped up before like big fights or whatever. He knows
Did
he's
you
got
see the vein venom?
huh?
The
Venom.
vein venom?
That was, by the way, the not the training montage per se, but like the following scene where he like does his Batman thing in that building. That was the best part of that movie.
That is a really good scene.
That's really the only reason to see
when
that
he's
movie.
fighting. When he's fighting all the guys in there. Yeah,
When he just
Martha.
fucks up
Yeah.
everybody in that
Dude.
building.
it's a good scene.
Yeah.
Where he's like, he had, at one point he like grapples somebody and pulls him across the floor, like punches their grill. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the extended cut actually has a couple more.
I need
shots
to
in
see
it.
that.
It's pretty neat. But the cool thing about all that stuff is that's when it's okay. You can match up fan service with like plot because you've heard about this guy. We never actually saw him destroy someone. Really, he fought Superman. Okay, whatever. But no, the real fight is him
Anybody
taking
can
out.
fight Superman.
Dude, honestly, in the comics,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I know Shazam fights him a bunch of times, and I think kicks his ass.
It does.
Because
Because
he's
Shazam
against magic.
just makes
There's a long list of people that can kick Superman's ass. Dr. Fate
What's
can
up,
kick his
Hydra?
Starting with the
ass.
human.
Hercules can kick his ass.
Yeah, it's just
Fucking, of course, Shazam and
Thundercats.
and
Wonder Woman.
Or Darkseid.
Thundercat.
Wonder Woman.
Dark Adam. Yeah, sure.
Black Adam.
Black Adam. Thank you. The
Flash,
Rock,
probably.
aka The Rock.
You never know. But
Oh yeah, Black Adam the Rock. Yeah.
he's
That's such
starting
a perfect casting,
Yeah,
dude. He's
it
gonna be
would
so
be.
badass.
But
And that's just that charismatic smile. Would
He's
be
got that.
perfect for a villain.
That's confirmed, right?
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's
Dwayne
doing
Johnson.
another superhero movie that apparently precedes. What's going? Or precedes. Succeeds. Whatever comes before Superman. Apparently, it's the actual first superhero ever. He's doing a movie on that. That'll come out like 2019. But he's like, I'm doing it. I just want to let you guys know. I just got done talking to you guys.
As he's like posting deadlift pictures.
The
Yeah.
Rock's the only guy
Yeah.
I'll follow on like social media because he's a cool dude.
Does anyone here have the Rock clock?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I
is
fucking
that?
love
Yeah,
it.
the Rock clock is pretty much like
It's an alarm
sometimes.
clock.
Yeah, it's an alarm clock, but it's it's built towards
Did
the
you just
Rock.
call you jabroni?
I think he's probably
Has he
said
called
it.
anyone a jabroni
Yeah.
ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody. It
My
was his
mom.
thing.
Back when he was a wrestler, he called
Yeah.
everyone jabronis.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a term meaning jobber.
Just
The-
don't you jabroni. It's like, that's all he ever did.
The Rock clock thing, though, it has him playing like he'll be playing music or singing or talking to you
That's nice.
in different ways to wake you up. So he has like one where he's playing or someone's playing the acoustic guitar and he's like, "Good morning, sunshine. You better get your candy ass out of bed."
Yeah.
That's cool.
He also has like messages, so it'll be like the word of the day. And it'll be like, "How's it going, guys? I'm really killing it today." You know, it's like,
Oh,
or
that's
you
nice.
can set your alarm clock to wake up when the Rock wakes up. Don't do
Rock.
it. It's like
It's like
2:00 in the
5
morning.
Yeah.
he wakes up early. Like when he said he was on the set for Fast 7,
he would wake up, work out at like 2 or 3, and then go, maybe get like makeup and all that stuff, maybe do a couple scenes, and then work out again after that. And then I think he would like eat and all that stuff. Then he'd work out again. It's crazy. It's
Have you guys seen that movie with him and Kevin Hart? The
Central Intelligence.
Central-
Oh my god,
That was okay.
I loved that movie. Like when he's like, "Dude, how did you get so big?" Oh, I just worked out every day for 40 years or 20 years.
Yeah,
or something.
20 years or some
That's
shit.
10 or 20
Last
years. I mean, anyone can do it.
I just work out every single day for the last 20 years. Yeah, that was funny.
what is that?
It's Hydra Warrior.
Oh.
You know what's been great about the new Star Wars movie is if the whole thing was like a lot of it was centered around Ben Solo and him being like a real character instead of sort of like a whiny fist shaking menace like every other
Yeah.
fucking villain on the
I
planet.
kind of would like to have seen why he
Yeah.
left and all that.
You know what'd be
Instead of
cool? What'd be really cool is if
Emperor Snoke didn't exist.
well that, but if the whole point of him being like, if him turning to the Empire and being who he is, if that was based upon trauma. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If let's say Han Solo died before this movie and wasn't in this movie, if Solo got killed by like friendly fire or something else, so maybe the Rebel Alliance sent Solo in no dangerous area, Solo accepts the mission and dies as a result, and he's like fucking blames the rebellion for Solo's death
Yeah.
and is now twisted by that pain. That would have been dope.
Yes.
And then he started trying to change the Empire to be different. Maybe his idea, like his delusion, is the Empire can change, can be a force of good. But he's using like these by any means necessary tactics, and he's just twisted by the dark side.
See, and that's something.
Someone
that's
just
something that.
I love my granddaddy. I'll be better than him. Give me the strength,
So
Dad.
there was a lot of.
The light's taking me over.
Yeah, none of that shit.
Yeah.
None of
Michael Clark Duncan.
Our current generation, like what we want in TV, is the guy that's doing bad things for good reasons.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy.
Yes.
Those protagonists, they are breaking the law. They're unlawful. They're doing bad things for great reasons, for better reasons than what they're.
It's called the anti-hero.
Or even
Yeah,
the
the
complete
anti-hero.
opposite. I'm just evil because I just love being fucking evil.
No.
I love
Stop that.
I like
Stop
that.
it right now.
I love people who like
That doesn't exist. That's not a thing. Human
but
beings'
that's-
motivations aren't "I'm evil" because of the intrinsic value of
Yeah,
being
but
Everyone
evil.
thinks they're good.
Everyone thinks they're like, it's like the idea that God is on our side. Like every single war in the history of humanity
Do
is
you
thought
watch
God was on
you
their
watch JoJo's
side.
Bizarre Adventures? Do you like Dio? Dio, the main villain
Yeah. No, he's not the main villain.
in the first series.
In what?
He's in one.
You're talking about
Part
JoJo.
one.
JoJo.
Jojo. Oh.
In part one.
Part 1 and 3.
That's what I'm saying. He's the main
But
villain.
if you
But you
want to
said
make
he's
a
gonna do
compelling
that, that's
story,
fine.
your villain has to have motivation.
Yes.
But we're getting about cars?
But even taking your Walter White example, Walter
know-
White eventually starts doing bad shit for himself, for his
Yes.
own reasons. But he's still a good character
Right.
because he's interesting. Like, look at Tony Soprano. Tony Soprano is never doing bad shit for any really great reason. But he is the character of The Sopranos. And he's like one of the reasons why that show is so huge. Because he's a human being that does horrible shit to people, but he's still a human. He still has human motivations.
Have you guys seen Narcos?
yes.
Not yet.
I keep meaning to watch it.
Love Narcos.
It's along the same
Yeah.
lines. It's fantastic. It's a little slow for me at times. It's kind of like the Fly episode in Breaking Bad.
What's up, Mr. Microsoft?
That is very slow.
There's a couple of those, but Narcos is actually a really great story.
Man, when
being
that
told.
show picks up, it picks up
Yeah.
real hard.
I watched a couple episodes and then went back and had to restart from the beginning.
Wilson Fisk. Same concept. He thinks
Yeah.
he's saving the entire city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know how to do it. It's like,
I love how they did Fisk.
Oh, and Daredevil.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
so
was
pretty much
fucking
pointing him
awesome.
out as being this
Fuck,
guy
fuck,
that's
yeah.
like, I'm going to be the saint
Mm-hmm.
of freaking Hell's Kitchen. Or, well, all of me.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
But
His realization at the end that he's like, "F it, I'm just gonna go for this, and I'm gonna do it like
I'm getting
this."
sick
now."
of this
And-
red-caped idiot who's blind.
So going to the other side of that, it's the reason that I cannot stand Once Upon a Time. All of their villains don't do anything except for Gold,
Our fairy tale
Rumpelstiltskin. So that's the kind of thing.
Okay.
Like people doing evil things because they're just evil, and they just want to see they just want to do bad things.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time is that extreme where good characters do good things just because they're good, and everything is like, oh, that's the perfect answer. That's the perfect this. And then you have the complete opposite of the villains doing completely evil things for the sake of it being evil things.
Yeah.
There's no gray area. There's no.
Did we gain anything out of doing the evil thing?
Not always.
Take over the
like,
world.
like some of the times they just kind of like push a stroller out into the street for no reason. It's like, what do they get from that besides just looking like an asshole?
That's what you call Warner Brothers
That's what I'm
writing.
saying. No.
Yeah.
That's a WB writer, classic move. But like, look, we're gonna show that this character's bad. How do you want to do that? Punch a baby? All right, yeah, write that in.
Well,
Yeah.
this
And
is,
so-
it's like this awesome part in JoJo. Sorry, I'm gonna bring it back again.
It's weird that you're talking about JoJo so much.
No, it's not. It's perfectly acceptable. Keep going.
Well,
It's
you remember
perfectly
part
acceptable saying that I spent 10 minutes talking about Pokemon.
All right, so
Come on.
Was it 10
20
minutes?
minutes.
part
20
one
minutes.
JoJo. Do you remember this part?
Yeah, I
In
remember
which Dio has the mother and the baby there, and the mother begs, "Don't kill my baby," and Dio's like, "Don't worry, I'm not gonna kill your baby." And then he gives the mother the mask, puts it on her face. No, turns the mother into a vampire.
And then she kills the
The mother kills the baby,
Yeah.
and Dio's just laughing about it. Tell me that scene isn't sick.
It's pretty disturbing, but I mean, honestly,
I know,
like,
but that's what I'm saying. That's an evil guy who's just evil, and he's just like, I'm doing it just because I get a kick out of it. It's awesome. Like,
and you guys know Wisecrack?
No.
no,
It's a YouTube show. So they delve into the craziness about the Joker, and it's way better than like how freaking movie theory does it. But essentially, ultimately, the Joker is trying to prove a point. That's all he's trying to do.
Yeah.
That's why he's there in the first place. It's the same thing with Dio in that regard. He's like the Japanese Joker. He is really popular, but ultimately, what he's trying to do is to prove that people are fucking evil, pretty much. He turns the entire village against Jonathan, and then what else does he do? Yeah, the baby thing.
baby thing, and then part
He
3.
makes it out with Jonathan's freaking sweetheart,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Whoa, really, bro?" You know, like it's the whole point is he's trying to corrupt Jonathan. He's trying to show him, "Hey, people are evil, dude. Like, accept it." It's the same concept. So yeah, he's evil, and he's like, "Yo, I get my kicks from watching evil ass shit.
Right.
Cut my head off now,
Yeah.
and leave me in a submarine."
And then
Whatever.
let me crawl out.
Let
of
me
the
see
coffin.
your head real quick.
Can I borrow that body, Jonathan?
Fucking I like this tattoo on the back though.
Yeah.
Alright, bunch of inside jokes. I don't get.
Nope.
Hey, I was here when you were talking about Pokemon.
I'm perfectly okay with it. I was not trying to be
We're
rude. And if I did come across that way,
I'm
I
offended.
apologize.
You know what? I don't know if I want to sit next to you. Hurt my feelings.
I think there are good examples, like good
Blue eyes.
good runs for like the pure evil villain. Like look at Creature in It. Stephen King's It.
Yeah.
Pennywise is probably a good example of something that's like pure evil.
The name just seemed pure evil.
Yeah. So
But it
he's
doesn't like. I think what you're trying to say is it doesn't lend itself well to like a drama
right.
or
Like
something that makes sense.
if you're telling a story about the human
Especially a
condition,
series.
yeah,
Multiples of
Eventually,
something.
it's like okay, whatever. He's just never gonna change. No
Yeah.
This little louse.
it's not. It's just not. It doesn't lend itself to a tale of the human condition and
Right.
for Star
Like
Wars.
for slasher horror, whatever horror film, like
Sure.
it's only there for 90 minutes and then he goes away.
It's why I didn't like Game of Thrones.
What?
Whoa!
They have their own motivations
don't go around
completely.
spoiling because I'm still in season 2.
Wow, you're
Are you talking about Lannisters
How
initially
many
in season
times?
1?
Every week, man. I'll be like, oh,
like I'm right now. I'm like, I don't. What can I say that's not going to spoil something for JD? My issue with it is
talk about
that
the
First
characters?
season of the Lannister.
Don't some of the characters die? In that
I don't
All
have
the
to
time.
use.
They all
Okay,
have
okay,
their
I
own
can say it then.
motivations.
All right, thank you, Spencer. All right, so my issue with Game of Thrones is that every episode is leading up to someone dying, and it's just die. That is the entire series. It's
Good.
there's no
Good.
There's never any substantial
stakes.
character development.
Yeah, there is. There's. What are you
Jon
talking
Snow?
about,
Dude,
Eric?
I even know it.
There is no substantial character development that leads you to go, oh great, we're gonna win. Like there's gonna be a good moment
Yeah,
where
it's
there's gonna be a
Hold
win.
on. Hold on. I have an example that completely disproves this very easily.
Okay.
So there's a character in season. I mean, you're gonna get a little fucked up by this probably.
Dude, don't.
Well, okay, I'll just say this: there's a character that in season 3, I want to say, Oberyn Martell. I think it's season 3, season 4. Oberyn Martell. Do you remember Oberyn Martell?
No.
The Viper.
Yes.
Everybody loves that guy. He's a great guy. He's just like he says everything right. He does everything right. He's got a righteous mission. He's like Inigo Montoya, basically, in Princess Bride. Amazing character. Lots of development. They do his sister. They do his love interests. They do everything with this guy. They push him down your throat.
Did he die?
Yeah, but that's the great part about that character is that you're like, I love this guy, and he's righteous, and right at his moment of victory, at his highest moment, that's when they go,
This doesn't
fuck you.
talk louder.
Essentially.
Right, and they just go, fucking.
Mr. Microsoft says.
No, wait. Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Well, was like Mr. Microsoft says he agrees that it takes 10 episodes for someone to die or something to happen. Out of 10 episodes season, there is 4 good episodes.
Okay.
They're all good episodes because they're all building to a character that you like. And then when they take him away, that means the stakes are so high.
But see, you know what?
Here's the thing,
As far as when a bunch of episodes started, when it got so far into the series, I started not caring about
Yes.
people because
I'm like, this guy's gonna die soon, sometime.
because you could always
And he
tell.
doesn't.
Well, then he
Then
does.
he does.
Look at
They all die.
look at The Hound, for example.
Man, are you just gonna keep doing that spoilers?
Yeah, we should.
I'm gonna leave. I'm dead serious. I'm gonna leave.
I'm not saying he dies or doesn't die.
All right,
JD.
No, but now I have him on my freaking magnifying glass. I already heard about some fisting action.
Oh.
So he pays
Oh, I
my
thought you were
bill.
looking at me like fisting action. I'm like, I don't do anything.
That was a Freudian
There's no
slip.
fisting.
All right. Hey, all right. And we are a video game podcast that's been going on about evil TV shows.
We were talking about story and
GOT
like
is amazing.
telling a
How
story
dare
and
you.
how character development goes, which is very prominent in video games nowadays.
terrible.
It's like hyper butter popcorn.
Hyper butter?
Hyper butter?
That's the butter that
Hyper
puts you in
butter
orbit.
combo.
K.O.
It's like a hyper potion.
Every time you eat a piece
Pokemon.
of popcorn, you go back in
Pokemon.
time by 3
Pokemon.
seconds.
Yeah,
Pokemon.
it's butter that prevents staggering. Or causes staggering. I don't know.
Causes
I don't
staggering.
know. I don't really understand that.
Sure, no,
I don't know.
Prevents.
It causes it,
It
maybe.
prevents popcorn staggering.
You know what? That would be a Dark Souls item. It'd be like it prevents staggering, but it's just a complete lie. It just tastes good.
All right, guys. Well, that was podcast episode 60.
You ready?
About
We talked about
Game of Thrones and all that other stuff.
Game of Thrones, Evil, Pokemon Go,
Pokemon
Delay.
Hydro Warrior wants us to talk about heroes.
Can you
Season
stop and start
1?
then for the podcast then?
Yeah.
The internet?
Season 1 was good. Everything else is bad.
Of Heroes?
Of Heroes.